Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, today is an exciting day. It's election day here in America, and we're looking to elect a new president to lead our great country. My friend, let me just remind you of this. What our country really needs is not a new president, not a new Congress, not a new group of people in Washington, D.C. running the country, but what our country needs more than anything else is to come to Jesus. Come to Jesus. We need Jesus, and we need what he has to say to us in his word. And that's exactly what we're looking at here in Luke chapter 6. In Luke chapter 6 already, Jesus has healed a withered man's hand, and he has called his 12 disciples, his 12 apostles. He names them. And then immediately it looks like in verse 17, he came down with them and stood on a level place with a crowd of his disciples and a great multitude of people from all Judea and Jerusalem and from the seacoast of Tyre and Sidon, who came to hear him and be healed of their diseases, as well as those who were tormented with unclean spirits, and they were healed. And the whole multitude sought to touch him, for power went out from him and healed them all. Then you'll notice, beginning in verse 20, through the end of the chapter, the greatest part of this chapter, Jesus then brings a sermon that talks about how to live. Now, not only how to live, but how to be. And that's the important thing. Attitudes that people should have. Some people call this the Beatitudes. Attitudes human beings should have. Now, some people believe that this message that Jesus is preaching here in Luke chapter 6 is the same one that he preached in Matthew 5, 6, and 7. Of course, Matthew 5, 6, and 7 there's a lot longer sermon and more detailed than what you have in these verses here. But many believe that it is a different message. I tend to lean that way also, because it says in Matthew 5 that he was upon the mountain. Here it says he came down from the mountain. And so you can take your choice, whether it's the same or it's not the same occasion. It's many of the same words that he spoke at both times. And what's important for me to understand is Jesus could have preached the same message over and over and over again to many different crowds of people. There's nothing wrong with that if you have a new crowd of people that needs to hear it, or sometimes you have a crowd of people that needs to hear it for the second and third and fourth and fifth time before they start practicing it. And so here we have, first though, several things. We have the place where Jesus is. It's a level place. It says a level place. And it's where a crowd of his disciples in great multitudes come. A level place. Now it's interesting. A level place where the ground is level at the foot of the cross. No one's better than anyone else. Jesus stands and brings the message. There's no one better than anyone else in this country. Everyone in the sight of God is precious, and God cares for them. Now, the big point I get is here, Jesus heals these people. They come from everywhere. They come from east and west, north and south, and everywhere. From all kinds of backgrounds they came. They had all kinds of needs, physical and spiritual needs. But Jesus heals them all, and they sought to touch him. And my friend Jesus, it says, and power went out from him. Yes, what this country needs, what people need is Jesus. And my friend, notice before Jesus preaches this great message and tells them what and how they and what they should be, he first touches and heals them. My friend, I've often wrote this down. People don't care what you have to say until they know that you care. And that's what Jesus was just teaching his disciples. He just called the 12. Next thing you know, people come out of the bushes. They come from the mountains. They come east, west, north, south. Everywhere they come to hear and touch and be healed by him. Cast out demons, Lord. Only the Lord can do that, because virtue, power, dynamite, that word dynamite comes from that, came out of him, and he heals them all. Nothing was too hard for Jesus to take care of. Your problem's not too hard for Jesus. America's not too hard for Jesus. Today, let's put America in the Lord's hands. And boy, we could see some awesome things take place if Jesus shows up and people are touched by him. Let's pray for that today. Well, God bless you, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.